turning 250, and it's time to rock out with our forefathers. American-made, battle-ready style for true patriots. Whether you're marching in the parade, grilling in the backyard, or raising a toast to liberty, do it in the gear that screams freedom. Celebrate 250 years of USA in style. Wear your American pride loud. Trendjackers.etsy.com. Grab yours before the fireworks.
Tony, welcome to go.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on?
What?
Alright, you go in, Tony. Good.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call, and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knock 'em Dead radio show. You're gonna keep knocking 'em dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man. That Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio.
I just want to say thanks for making my millennium. Oh my gosh. Wow. It's a love fest.
Yeah, you heard that story.
Yeah.
So I guess should I tell it again?
Oh yeah, if you want. I mean, yeah.
You know, you guys are into comedy. Does it really help when somebody gives the punchline?
Hi. Hey, everybody. Welcome. It is Tuesday. Welcome to the Knock 'em Dead Comedy Show, coming at you live on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, the Facebook page, the YouTube channel. Wherever you're watching from, we ask that you share the link on all your socials. Tell everybody you know about all the great shows here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. No matter where you're watching from, we appreciate it. But if you're watching on Facebook and you want to join in on the show today, partake in our conversation, play Tuesday Trivia, hang out with us, and you want to hear your name said, your comments read, we'll switch over to YouTube because that is where we monitor the comments. So go ahead, switch over to YouTube, Gov's Comedy Club Podcast on YouTube. We'll wait for you. The Knock 'em Dead Comedy Show. We're coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown. That's right, I said legendary. This place has so much cool history. So many talented, well-known people have graced the hallways and the chairs of this building. I don't know what I'm talking about. Hope you enjoyed our shows yesterday and this morning. Coffee with the Dog. Steve Squared last night. Kathy and Laura, hysterical as always. Peter Schwartz today at 1 o'clock. Former Islander Benoit Hogue will be joining him in the studio. Benoit Hogue was supposed to be on the phone with Peter last week. We must have called him 5 times in a matter of 2 minutes. He did not answer the phone. Left Peter hanging. I don't know the details, but I'm assuming Benoit must have reached out and said, man, I'm really sorry. Let me make it up to you. I'll come into the studio. He will be here this afternoon, joining Peter. Chris Roach, Joe Palmerico, Christine James Walker, The Psychology of Fuckery, tonight at 7. Hershey and the Keegs, tonight at 9. Last I heard, the Keegs was not coming. He has a gig. But Hirschman will be holding down the fort. He's got all sorts of fun stuff in store for you. Lots of great stuff here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Tuesday Trivia coming your way in just a little while. Now, I haven't read the comments yet, but I'm sure you're all freaking out because right next to me is an empty chair. It's okay. She will be here. Diane is on her way. She texted me saying she was running a few minutes late. About 5 minutes later, she texted me again and said she's sitting in traffic. She will be here. So we're going to show her, we're going to do the baby pictures of famous people, and we're going to play some Tuesday Trivia, which you guys will be joining us on, which we're very excited about as always. Are you trying to imitate Kaplan? What does that mean? What did I do? How did I imitate Kaplan? Nice shirt. Diane, you look like a computer chair. That's pretty good. Scott the Mystery Man. Tony, on your recent comedy show, I heard the best part was when the kitchen served breakfast when the show was over and the sun was shining. Scott, I will have you know. In fact, I've been hearing it from everybody. Steve Squared last night even talked about it on their show. The show started around 7:45 on Saturday. It ended around 10, maybe a few minutes after. So we did almost 2.5 hours, and nobody, and I mean nobody, was upset about it. Everybody. Hang on, let me just finish my thought here. I'm responding to Scott's comment. Oh, that. I was just clearing my throat. I don't know what in the world those noises are that he's making.
Goodbye.
So, Scott, nobody complained. It was one of those nights where everything just went right. There was not a single negative thing to be said. Every single comedian killed it. The audience laughed at everything. The energy was just fantastic. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of surprise guests. Richie Byrne was messing with Mike Keegan. I was messing with Richie Byrne. It was just one of those nights where you jump on stage and say hi, and they laughed. I mean, they just laughed at everything. It was such a great time. Nobody was like, oh, my God, when is this show going to end? Really? I mean, we had, I think, maybe like 12 comedians, I think. It was probably around there. But everybody loved it. And I admitted it yesterday on my show. Yesterday. The last show Don and I produced back in October, that show was less than 2 hours. And yes, it was. People were like, all right, I'm ready to go home. It's just the way it worked out. But yeah, this weekend was not that at all. We had a super show. We had a super roster of comedians. It was just a great, great time. So, Scott, shut up, you son of a bitch bastard. And where did you hear that from? I'm offering $5 to anybody that can clue me in as to who Scott is. Scott, all right, so you heard it. You weren't there. As opposed to the last show in October. Some of us think you were actually there. So, all right. So, yeah, we are awaiting the arrival of Diane. She is sitting in traffic. So let's see. What should we talk about while we're waiting? We got Tuesday Trivia. We got baby pictures of famous people. See, a lot of this stuff I want to wait for Diane on. Okay, I'll start with this one. There is a town, Western Nassau County. So where we are right here at Governor's, we're in a town called Levittown. It's kind of like central Nassau County. It's almost like central Long Island. All right, hang on. I'll get back to that. Who do you think Scott is?
I have not a clue, but the thing is that your show was let out, gone, everybody out the building from your room, and there was still another show that went on until about like 12:30 in the main room. I have no clue what this guy is talking about. He's done more drugs than I've ever had.
Well, wow, that's saying a lot. So
I know.
So that show went until 12:30. It started, what, around 9:30?
Yeah, it started around 9:30, 1:45, and then it finally, everyone was out of there by, oh, dear God, by like around, finally, everybody out of the building by like 12:30.
So that show went probably around 2.5 hours as well?
No, it went like about 2 hours, and you got people that want to like take pictures and say hello and drink, and it's okay, take a picture. And I'm like, yeah, sure, take a picture.
Well, that was part of the reason our show went so long too, because our head of security told us to stretch the show.
Exactly. Yeah, they actually told your show just to go about another 10 more minutes, please. Another 10 minutes.
And I heard that the head of security did a super job handling all the crazy crowds, because it was a crazy day here at Governor's that day. There were, including our show, there were 5 shows on Saturday alone.
Yes, it was very, very busy at Governor's this past weekend.
That's right. It was a crazy weekend. But with a super duper job by the head of security, people are actually asking me, who's that guy in the jacket? He looked important.
He must clean all the toilets.
Well, I said, wait till you see him this Saturday. His outfit will be a lot different.
Oh yeah, it will. Yeah, like I said, whoever this person is, listen, regardless if it's another comedian or whomever it might be, I have no idea who this God is. And every time I hear the name, I'm thinking of, like, when the girl from Dr. Evil goes, Scott! That's about it.
Okay. Yeah, I have a few guesses, but yeah, I'm not sure who. I have nothing to
But
base them on.
I
Yeah.
heard your show went really well. You had terrific people who went up. I actually had a bit of time to stand around and watch the Keegan debacle. So it was very entertaining, and the fact that you had Santa Claus stop in was amazing.
Yes.
And everyone got something to put in their mouth to suck on.
That's right. And there's one candy cane left. It's sitting right in this room.
I know. I bet it is.
Very
is that
nice.
what you're calling your? Is that what you're calling your member now? A candy cane?
I know. I would. Go ahead. What?
It's long and striped. It's sweet and ready to be put in somebody's mouth.
Yeah. I got nothing.
Oh, Lordy Lou.
Well, it was a great night, and I'm glad you were there, and to some capacity, so you were a part of things, which is always nice.
Yes, it's like I said. I love the fact that the club is going at 100% or 150%.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And everything is going so far so good, and it's a great time every time over at Governor's. So.
Well put, my friend.
Well, with that, I gotta go, and I got a whole bunch of things, like touch this, touch that, touch myself, and I'll talk to you later. I love you. Gotta go. Bye.
Jeff Bosey checking in. Hi.
Hi, I'm sorry.
Nothing to be sorry
It
about.
was construction. I got stuck. I apologize.
Nothing to apologize for at all. Everybody's okay. Everybody's good.
Everybody's
That's
great.
all that counts. You got here
Everybody's
safely.
great.
Good.
Yeah.
Happy to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You good?
Yeah, I was actually, so to pass the time, because I get a little stressed out when that happens. I was
forgot
playing.
the bacon. I had it in my head when I got here this morning. Got to go over and get the bacon, and then I just started doing
There's
stuff.
next week. See, it turned out I'm late, so it's fine. Next time. It's fine.
I didn't mean to interrupt. It just hit me. I know. I wanted. Damn it. Sorry. So I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
No. So my daughter started a new job this week. She's working for the auto group that I work for, but she's going to be over in Lindenhurst at South Shore Subaru. So
very nice.
And Anthony was over there this morning, so I stopped and I brought them breakfast. And then I was on my way here, and so now because I was a little stressed out because there was traffic and I was late, and I was listening back, which I don't really do anymore. I was listening to last week's podcast.
Oh.
I just was flipping through. I popped it on. It's a little weird for me to listen to myself speak like that. It's probably better if I don't do it.
Were you like cringing and shit? Like,
No,
I can't believe
really.
I said that.
Not really. It was actually fun because it reminded me of the things we talked about. But
Which was what?
we talked about my stuffed cannelloni and Thanksgiving. We talked about my wonky cell phone, which, by the way, I have a new one.
Nice.
Now. And we talked about car chases and documentaries, which I didn't watch I didn't watch it yet.
It's okay.
I haven't had a chance.
It's all right.
Had a chance.
You're busy. You're Diane.
I am. I really wanted to watch it though.
Oh, it is great.
The Paul Anka one.
Oh, the Paul Anka one.
Paul Anka one.
I haven't seen that yet either.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh, that's right.
That's
that was
the one
our
we were supposed
assignment.
to talk about.
That's right.
Yeah, but I didn't. I was. You know what? Even in school, I was never good at homework.
Yep, me too.
I was smart, and
wasn't.
But if there was a lot of research or work required or physical writing, I would usually kind of just let it slide and take the bad grade rather than do it. But I tested out pretty well.
I'm
which is how I
against
made
homework.
it through.
I'm against it.
I kind of am too.
These guys.
I think it's
work-
too much. I
Right.
don't see a reason for it.
Right.
I get in elementary school practice when you're practicing basics, when you're practicing writing, because those things do take practice, and there's not enough time during the day. But as they get older, high school, middle school, high school, the amount of work the kids get to take home.
Yep.
And I just don't think it's necessary, because when you look at what people come away from school with and when all is said and done, I think all that homework's a waste.
What the analogy I always think about is most people, not everybody, but a lot of people, they go to work 9 hours a day, and then they get to go home.
Right.
And that's it.
Right.
Kids go to school 6 to 8 hours a day. They do their after school stuff. And then they're still expected to do homework on top of that.
I agree 1,000%. And this is why when I hear somebody say to a kid, oh, if you think you have it bad now, wait until you're an adult. And it makes me cringe.
Yes,
because
I hate that
nobody can convince me that being adult is not 1,000 times better, even with all the responsibility, than being a high school kid. I think high school is stressful.
Yes.
And probably middle school, too.
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe even more because
Yes.
kids are petty and mean in middle school.
In middle school, you're right. They're still trying to figure out
There's
their
a mean
way.
thing that happens there.
Yep.
For me, it was like breaking out of prison.
Yes.
And when people say, oh, I wish I could go back, I would never in a million years go back to school like that. Never, ever, ever, ever. And I did not even have what anybody would say was a bad experience. I was kind of like cruising through the middle, wasn't particularly popular, but I found I did not find it to be a pleasant experience at all. And I would much rather work, 12-hour days and have that responsibility of having to pay bills than have to go back and do that again.
I would agree.
I think it sucks to be a teenager. It sucks.
I would go back to my senior year because I had a really good time my senior year.
Good.
But I wouldn't want to go further back.
No.
No desire.
Nope.
And I'm not very nostalgic either.
I'm not either.
It actually wasn't until Facebook.
I did my 40th. I did my 40th reunion. I would probably won't go again. I went, oh, okay. And I hadn't been to the others.
Right.
So I thought, all right, it was local. It was right. And and that was it. Yeah. Don't really care.
No, that I enjoy.
Don't really care that much.
I've gone every 10 years I've gone.
You have.
But there have been a few, 35, 25. I didn't do those. But no, I enjoy going to those. But I don't find myself doing, hey, remember this or remember that. I just, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Like talking current and just having some laughs.
Yeah.
I enjoy that.
Right.
And it was different. I knew everybody. So I enjoyed talking
I have
to
a
different
few
people.
that I keep tabs on and in touch with on social media. But a few, like that many or less, and that's it. I don't really feel the need to be.
I kept in touch with maybe 2-3 people at the most, and didn't really even think about and I lived in Hicksville for several years after graduation. But even still, I moved. I wasn't far, but I wasn't nostalgic. But when Facebook, in fact, I was at
Facebook was a game changer.
When I was at my 20th reunion, a friend of mine told me about Facebook there, and I was like, "What? What? What are we talking about?"
What?
I had no idea what she was talking about. She told me all about it, and I went on, and I mean, within a couple of years, the first year or two that I was on,
You find people, and
constantly,
they find you,
right? And people that you're like, "Oh shit, I
which
forgot
I
about
think
this
is
person."
cool, and
It
that's
is
fine
cool. It's
because
great.
then you have the chance to follow
Right.
who you want to and unfollow those you don't really
Right.
care to see.
But the memories, so many memories of stuff I haven't thought about since high school came. Flooding back. Like I was completely overwhelmed. But I did learn to appreciate those days more and appreciate a lot of the people. To the point where I started wondering, how did I lose touch with that one? How come I'm not in touch? And
I
it's nice.
appreciate them now. I don't miss
Yes.
then.
The cliques are gone. We're way past it now. So the cliques are gone. They're all just nice
wasn't
people that I
my
enjoy
thing.
talking to. Yeah.
I wasn't, and again, I would test out fine. I was pretty smart, but I did not research paper.
Ugh.
I would literally just not do it
Yep.
and take the F. Because I knew that my grades would sustain and I would somehow make it through. I wasn't worried about the A. Like my daughter, my number 2, she put an unbelievable amount of stress on herself to always have A's and always be perfect. And she would do her papers months and months in advance. And it's just who she is and how she is. But she did not get that from me. That's for darn sure.
My buddy Rob Safarth, he was one of those that just like, as soon as he heard it, like it just stayed, and he like
Right, facts. And that's, again,
he
how I
posted
made
everything.
it through. Because if I had to do actual writing, and I'm a good writer too. I feel like, if I need to compose a letter or I need to do a presentation or something like that, I'm good with the words and I can get them on paper and but to do a big, long, drawn-out research, footnotes, please, just stop.
Hated all that.
You know where I have it? I have it here because once a really long time ago, I read it somewhere. Couldn't tell you where.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I hated you guys because it went in and then you were able to retain it and pass the test without studying.
I was lucky about that. But the rest of it, where you actually had to show the physical work, like math, I was really good at math.
Right. I used to hate that too.
Boom. But then they do the whole show your work on this thing.
Right.
Give
and
me
you
a
lose
freaking
points
break.
because you didn't do it.
Give me
right.
I had the right answer, but I just cannot.
I was good at math too. My teacher in 10th grade, Mr. Ronco, he would do problems on the board, and I was sitting in the back. He used to look at me, and I would go like this, like if we were in agreement with the answer. I was, and I got a 96 in my math regions, but I hated it. I hated math.
I didn't.
But
hate
I
math.
just did
math
well
and
in it.
Science was really my thing.
Oh, science.
I liked it.
10th grade.
And I think that's because there was no writing involved.
Oh, yeah.
Really, no writing involved. And
I enjoyed like the labs and stuff, but we didn't do enough of that.
English was easy for me, as far as the vocabulary. I'm one of they call those grammar Nazis. It makes me crazy when people make grammatical mistakes. Yeah. Really good, punctuation and all that stuff. And I'll read something and enjoy it, but then to write a paper about it or to write a 2-page paper, that's not a problem. Write a 20-page paper. What?
Book
Now we've
report,
gotten ridiculous.
Yes.
And as soon as that's my mental block. As soon as there's a line, whatever the line is, where to me it hit ridiculous, where they said it had to be this long, I'm like, yeah, that's just stupid. I'm not doing it. I would just not do it.
No, I would do it like the night before because I figured it's better. Whatever I get is better than an F. Plus, my grades were not good, so I figured let me just try and do something. So maybe even not the night before, like the week of or something, and it would be half-ass.
That's good. The week of.
Yeah, I was like high 70s, early 80s was like my average, and you know what? I was fine with that.
Fine with that.
I didn't care.
Right. You just wanted to graduate.
Right. But I remember when I was in 7th grade, because you're talking about book reports, my English teacher, Miss Lehan, she was a former nun. We instead of a book report, we had to do one of those where you got up in front of the class.
That I could do because I didn't have to write anything.
Well, yes, and obviously I'm fine with going in front of people, but I didn't have enough information. So what I did, and thank God it worked out beautifully. I don't even remember what the topic was, what the report was on. But whatever it was, I found like some weird fact, like something that was really off the wall. And I had it in my head, like, all right, I'm going to read this in a way that I'm going to like shock the students. Because she said she wanted us up there for 5 minutes.
Okay.
Which can
seem like a long time.
Yeah. But she encouraged the class to ask questions. So I knew if I present this
right. That out, they would ask questions that would take up your time.
That's exactly what happened. I mean, I had, I think, 5 sentences on this topic.
This is classic me. That's
And
classic. I could debate too.
Yeah, right. We had a whole big conversation.
9th grade or 10th grade, I didn't, join on my own. I got called by someone to be in this debate, to take a spot on the debate team for something. Or it was one of my classes, and this was going to be the assignment. We were going to go to the auditorium, and everybody was going to sit in the seats, and you were going to get up on the stage, and there were podiums, and there was going to be a debate. And I got, you get a subject, right? And you're supposed to prepare for the whole week. Mm-hmm. So I wake up the morning of, look up some go to my, my Encyclopedia Britannica.
Right.
Because that's where you looked, right?
That's what we had, yep.
And made note cards. I didn't even do a whole paper. I just made some points that I wanted to make, right?
Right.
Did my thing, made my little, one person says their part, then you say your part, then you get to kind of answer back and forth.
Right.
Easy peasy for me. Super easy. said what I had to say, just from a few words. I just have 3 or 4 words, and then I can roll with it, right? Not have to read it. And then had enough information where I could, then I would listen to what they said and to rebut and say, and I'm pretty good at that. And again, we just need some note cards with a few notes.
Yeah.
And the rest just flows.
Yeah.
You can tell. Can't stop talking sometimes. Like, could you just shut up already?
No, never.
So luckily,
my son did the debate
got
team.
me
He
through.
liked it. Yeah.
Got me through.
That's
got
cool.
Me through. Yeah.
When I was I liked science. I liked doing labs, hands-on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But sitting there, like taking the notes and trying to learn, it drove me nuts.
Yeah.
When I was in 10th grade, I had my biology teacher was Herb Schwell, and I think he's still alive. I think he's in his 90s. This guy, he was also my home, like you had to report to homeroom. He was also my homeroom teacher. I got along really well with this man. I used to talk to him during homeroom and whatnot. And I don't know why. I guess between homeroom and having him for biology, we kind of became close for a while. And I almost became almost like the union rep for this class because he would have been better off in a college like university because he would just kind of stand there and talk like he was bored and
you
just
can't
go through
keep
the
the
facts.
right.
And the
so,
class
and
is
you
getting
need more
restless.
for kids that young.
And then as he's doing this, he would say, "Okay, well, now that we discuss all this, there'll be a test on Thursday, and today's Tuesday. So we're having and the class would erupt. What are you crazy?" And they would actually yell. So I would actually sometimes, because I think I had lunch right after his class, so I would actually stay and talk to him. Mr. Schwell, you're and I would tell him that. It's like, you're up here acting like you're bored. I don't know what's going on. I said, then you're giving us 2 days notice for a test. I said, I know I need more time. I said, but even the smart guys in this class need more time. We would have these conversations all the time. And he
listened to you.
He would take it in, and then he would give me stuff too. Hey, look, you got to calm down. You're easily distracted. Take notes. And it was he was a nice guy. At the end of the year, it was the last class. He actually there was 2 things. The last class, one guy whose name I won't say, which he wouldn't get away with this today. He comes up to me and he says, "Can you hand Mr. Schwell this envelope?" I was like, me being me, stupid. I'm like, okay.
It would have been like, what is it?
And I just put it on the desk. Mr. Schwell was off somewhere else. I just put it on the desk. I walked back. So my buddy then handed me a copy of what he wrote. He goes, "I want you to read it." It's a threatening letter.
Oh.
You were the worst teacher. If I ever see you outside of this school,
oh my God.
After I graduate, I'll pay you a visit. I was like, holy shit. So after class, I went to him and said, I told him, I said, I put this here. I didn't know what was in it. I said, I am not with this guy. I actually severely distanced myself from this guy after that. And Mr. Schwell thanked me. The next day for homeroom, he says, "Stick around for a minute." The bell rings, I leave. So it's just me and him in the classroom. He goes, "All right, so the Regents final is, next week, Wednesday, whatever." I said, yeah, I know. He goes, "You've been studying?" I said, "Doing the best I can." He goes, "Don't go." I was like, "What?" He goes, "Don't go. God's honest truth. First thing that came to my head, he's going to ask me for a blowjob." I swear to you, that's what I thought.
Really? That's a little creepy. Why would you think that? Did you ever get that feeling from him before?
No.
Okay, so
No.
that was a little weird for you to go there. But go ahead.
But, you hear these stories, with
Okay.
priests and, and plus it was just me and him in the room. And yeah, it was nothing like that at all. I was completely off base, but I was just like, "What do you mean, don't go?" He goes, "You did not do well in this class." I said, "I know." He goes, "But you did try." He goes, you gave it 100%. I went, "Really?" I think I may have done 85 to 90%, but either way.
That's probably more than your average kid.
Could be. I did try to get it, and science was not my strong point. So yeah, he said, he goes, you tried. He goes, "Just don't go." I was like, okay. And the report card and I remember to that day, I couldn't tell you how many, because back in the day, this was still landlines, I couldn't tell you how many kids called me up. "Everybody's talking about you. Why didn't you show up to the Regents? What happened?" And Mr. Swell said, "Of course, don't tell anybody." And I just said I couldn't make it. And I just left it because I wasn't going to screw this
you weren't
up.
going to get him in trouble, right?
And my report card, just said NA, non-applicable, I guess.
You passed the class, but you just don't get the Regents.
I got the Regents diploma.
Well, because you only need a certain number of regencies. You don't necessarily need all.
Yeah, but I thought you had to have one for every subject or something. No, you just need to
did
have X amount.
but science, there's chemistry, there's biology, so you didn't have any of the others.
After 10th grade, I don't know if it's still this way, but back when I was in school, you were able to drop math and science. No. I dropped it in a heartbeat. I did not take chemistry.
Oh, so that you did the first one and that was it.
I was done. I still got the Regents diploma.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, I to this day I'm shocked. That's why I tell the story. I thought
and again, thing. Does that even matter? I've never once been asked to show my diploma.
No.
I could have not graduated high school and I'd be fine today. It wouldn't have changed anything.
We did that.
It wouldn't have changed a thing in my life. Not graduating.
We did that with our daughter, which I regret terribly. Because she's high functioning enough to get a diploma. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of her classmates just get a certificate saying like a completion certificate.
Right.
And a lot of them went to 21. They kept telling us, she's doing well enough. She could do this. She could do that. She'll get a real diploma, and that could help her later in life. And so we did. We pushed her. She went to, she took finals and, had to sit there for hours.
Which is really hard for her, I imagine.
Right. And sometimes got extended time, which
Yes,
is good, but at the same time, it's bad because you're sitting all this time. There was one, I don't remember what year or what subject it was, because they're doing it all on the computer now.
Yeah.
And their computers went down. There was something weird happened where all the classroom computers went down. They tried, I think it was for over 2 hours to get them to work. Didn't work. They sent them home. So then they had to come back another day to do it all over again. And this was
Very
a special needs
for
class.
Yeah.
So she got the diploma, which meant she's now done at 18. Almost her whole class is going till 21.
Right.
She wasn't able to. They didn't help her with transitioning at all.
So it would have been better for her to be able to stay.
Yes, we pushed for this diploma and for what? And I'm not. This is going to sound so terrible, but I'm just being honest. Let's face it. My daughter is not going to go on to become a head of some department with some crazy job where she's making six figures.
It's not just terrible. You're
just
realistic about the situation,
so
right?
So why push her for this diploma? She got the diploma, great. She works, she works 1 day a week, which actually that job is now gone. They closed the concession stand she was working in. She goes to a day hab 5 days a week. She'll probably never work full time. Again, never have some kind of important, she's going to be taken care of by the state forever. So, what in the world were we thinking? I don't know why we bothered.
Well, you caved to pressure. You thought it was what was best, so you did the best you could for her. And
but we should have been smarter. We should have known better.
Should have known better based on what? Based on what experience? When people who are supposed to know are telling you, you should cut yourself a break on that one, because there was really no way for you to know better. You know better now.
Yeah, but I knew my kid well enough at that point. I hear
then you would be, or a friend or someone.
But I knew
you
my
might
kid,
be able to offer advice,
Granted, and I've done that since.
And there you
but
go.
I knew my kid well enough at that point where I knew this. I definitely knew to say she's not going to move on to some great job. Why does she need a diploma?
Yeah,
I think I should. Yeah, I definitely knew that at that time.
But honestly, that probably applies to everybody.
Well, true.
For these kids that are having a really, really hard time in school or struggling, and why do we push them to continue that? It's so.
I agree. Well, yeah, it's
so destructive to their psyche and their mental health and their everything else. I don't really.
Yeah, that can be a 8-hour discussion on.
It could
be, and
I know a lot of people will disagree with me, but I worked in the school districts, and I see it every day, and. I mean, having kids in just tears, they just mentally, like you said, having 6-year-olds and 7-year-olds sit for 3 hours to do a standardized test is insanity.
Agreed. 100%.
And to measure anything based on those tests is insanity.
My son struggled. He had a tough time.
I hate it. And I just don't understand. It's a terrible thing.
That I say a lot to my son, because I didn't know better, because he was dealing with ADHD, and which I knew nothing about. And when you have a kid with autism, you're like, all right, well, one's not as bad as the other, and
you measure them against each other,
right? And then even to this day, there are plenty of people like, ADHD, you grow out of it, or it's not a thing. And dealing with the autism, you know what you're dealing with, and you know kind of what you have to do. Where the ADHD, I should have been more considerate with the ADHD, and I got on him a lot for not doing certain things.
He just couldn't do it.
He couldn't do it.
Yeah, I know. He just
And
couldn't.
I've apologized to him as an adult. I just didn't know.
He's okay, right?
Yeah. He's okay. Let's see. So,
Listen, we do the best we can.
yes, you're absolutely right about that.
And you hope that, and when you learn better, you do better.
Brendan Bird is watching, and Ann is watching, of course. I don't know who Scott is. I love a good mystery, and he's a lot of fun. Yeah, Scott, who comments a lot.
Okay, yeah.
We're still trying to guess who he is, and that's what Bosie, when he first called, that's what we were discussing. We don't know who he is, but he was picking on me with the show we had on Saturday.
Did you find your notes?
No. No, it's.
I only remember because again I was listening back and I wanted to ask you because I know that was a big deal.
I lost so much stuff. I had, and mentioning it on here, I had several people who saw it reach out to me with suggestions and things to try, and I tried everything. Even a friend of mine turned out has a connection with a head muckety muck at Google. They reached out to that person for me. That guy came back with a couple of suggestions. Some things I tried, some things I didn't try. But first thing he said was, "I didn't even know you can sync up your notes app to Google." He looked it up. Sure enough, I didn't make it up. So he looked it up. Sure enough, he went and talked to some employees. They told him some suggestions. Like I said, some of them I tried. There were, I think, 2 things I didn't try. But he wrote at the end, "If these don't work, I don't know what to tell you." So I tried what he said. So I talked to 2 people at Apple. I talked to my buddy Rob Notaro, who's been in here a few times. He works for Apple. He tried to help me and struck out. They all said it was Google. Spoke to a guy at. I called. What do they call them? The Geek Squad.
Yes.
They couldn't help. And then a few friends that have some experience in this field, they had some suggestions. And then this head muckety muck at Google. So after he said if none of these work, he's out of luck. Yeah. And they didn't work, that's when I was like, all right, I surrender.
You got to let it go.
Yeah, and I did. I had to let it go.
And you know, it's interesting because one day they might just pop back up and you won't have any idea why.
That has happened to me with.
It could happen. If they can disappear, they can probably turn back up.
A few years ago, because I have a ton of photos on my phone, a ton. So a few years ago, I hardwired the phone to the computer, and I, was trying to
backed up everything.
Back them up, put them on the computer. Not even back up, just put them on the computer so I can delete them from the phone. I hooked it up, I started the process, and I went to bed. I figured I'll leave it overnight because there were so many photos. Well, when I got up the next morning, not only did it not work, but almost the whole computer was set back by 2 years.
Oh.
Like everything was set from 2 years. I was like, what the fuck? Oh. In this case, I was able to retrieve most things, but I remember in particular my iMovie program, stuff that I thought I had lost from another crash, all of a sudden was there, but the current stuff was gone. Oh. So I was like, what? Oh. Since then, it's then mixed, where some of the current stuff came back and some of the old stuff stayed, but some of it was lost again. I don't know what in the world.
That's craziness.
So, I've just surrendered. I reached out. The guy, Mike, that built this studio, I reached out to him, and I reached out to one of the owners or governors that used to be more involved in the studio. I reached out to them. I said, if you guys have any passwords, codes pertaining to the studio, I said, please send them over. And I said, it's a long story. I said, but I lost everything. So they sent me some stuff, so I have that. I had a PAL meeting last week. They asked me a couple of questions about some stuff. And I'm like, I don't have an answer for you. And I told them why. I said, I lost it all. My stuff crashed. Thankfully, they were understanding. But there was some stuff that nobody else had. Wow. So that sucks. So last week, I was not in a good way last week. Surrendering to that. And I was in a bad mood all week. But now, since these guys at the club here gave me some stuff back, I'm like, and I've surrendered to it. I'm like, I'm starting to get over it, starting to feel a little bit better. having a great show on Saturday definitely helped my
Yes,
mood.
I'm sorry I missed that. I
Nothing to be
apologize.
sorry about.
I wanted to text you ahead and tell you I couldn't make it.
Nothing to be sorry about. Not at all. Brendan Burt, I think I said that already. He's watching. Ann is watching. Oh, right. That's right, because Ann said she enjoys the mystery of who Scott is. Saturday night, I'm pretty sure I had a nice set, according to my wife's tits, says Fremder. All right, so you know when Jeff calls, he hits the horn when he says goodbye?
Yeah.
So Fremder says, whenever that horn honks, a Faye gets his wings. I had to read it. Sorry, I thought that was funny. Okay. Scott says, it's hard being an adult and watching podcasts daily. Yeah, try doing one. When I was in school, the only thing I learned was how to masturbate before anyone got home, says Fremder. Yeah, Brendan Burt would not redo junior high for $1 million, hated it. Oh, $1 billion, hated it. Yeah, I'm with him. I hated junior high school. Hated it.
I can't really say I hated any of it, but I would never go back and do it again. I always felt imprisoned. I mean, when I think about it, it makes it hard to breathe. I just really...
Was it open campus?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Like you were allowed to leave for lunch and stuff?
Not middle school.
No,
and
not
then
middle
high
school,
school if you were a senior.
Oh. No, in my high school, the whole high school could leave.
No, but it just, I don't know. Luckily, my parents were not very involved they didn't really pay a ton of attention.
Right, yeah.
So letters would go home and we could intercept them before they got there, kind of thing. They were just like, just make it, they would say probably out loud it like mattered, but they weren't really right on top. They weren't really on top of us like that. So we could get away with shit that you kids can't really get away with now.
I intercept letters, but the phone calls we could never intercept because they would call like at 7 o'clock in the morning before my mother left for work or something, or they would call at night when my mother was home.
I don't remember phone calls.
Yeah,
I
got
don't really
the phone
remember
calls.
them.
And my mother, I know my mother remembers this. There was one teacher, Mr. Bean was actually his name, Mr. Bean, not the TV show. He was a nice guy, and I got along with him. He was a music teacher, if I'm not mistaken, but I only knew him. He was, I get like old teachers. I don't know if they still do, but they had to monitor the lunch, the cafeteria. Mm-hmm. That's the only way I knew him. I never had him for what he taught. But I was in there one day, and I had a Met hat on, and a kid was walking by. He took it right off my head. So I get up, I'm chasing him. I'm chasing this kid all through the cafeteria. He's throwing it around, and I just couldn't get it. Finally, the kid throws it into the garbage. So now I'm pissed. And Mr. Bean was watching the whole thing. So the kid threw it in the garbage, and I was ready to start swinging. Mr. Bean comes to me. He goes, knock it off. Go sit down. So I looked at him. I go, knock it off? I said, what exactly did I do? He goes, go sit down. I said, he took my hat from me and threw it in the garbage, and you're telling me to sit down. I was so mad. He goes, yes, I'm telling you to sit down. I jumped up on the tape, whatever table I was standing next to. I jumped up on it. I looked at him. I went like that. And I sat down. The next day, at lunch, I went to him and I said, Mr. Bean, I went to him without anybody telling me to do so. I went to him. I said, I apologize for standing on the table and saluting you. But I was honest with him. I said,
I was angry.
I said, but you were wrong. And I said it respectfully. I said, but you were wrong. I might have even said, you were wrong, sir. I said, that guy, whatever his name was, I don't remember who it was, threw my hat in the garbage. I said, you should have went after him. I said, that's right. And he actually said to me, he goes, you're absolutely right. He goes, I appreciate you apologizing.
I thought you were going to tell me he did. After he told you to sit down.
No, he never did. He thanked me for apologizing. Right. And it did suck,
sucks.
But at least we kind of cleared the air and we moved on.
Yeah, that sucks.
But then, yeah, it definitely sucks. And then it gets worse. Because then it wasn't even the next day. It was like a week later. He then calls my mother. The phone rings at 7:30 in the morning, and my mother answers the phone, and she's talking. And as she's talking, she's looking at me. She's giving me the stink eye, and I'm like, what? And for the life of me, I'm like, what?
It's over. Like, that was over.
Right. But I didn't. It was so over that I couldn't even figure out who was on the phone and what they were talking about.
Right.
And I'm sitting there racking my brain, like, what did I do? What did I do? She gets off the phone. She goes, you jumped on the table and saluted him? First thing on my mouth, I go, I already apologized for this. My mother, I was in deep doo-doo. And then I did. I went to school that day, and I walked to the cafeteria like this.
My kid would not have been in deep doo-doo for that.
Oh, no, I was in trouble.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't believe it. He goes, I just felt your mother should know. I just,
traitor.
I couldn't believe
Did
it.
you never speak to him again?
Barely.
He's a traitor.
I barely spoke to him
that
after
was
that.
he should have gotten your hat back. That other kid should have been punished.
Right.
If he's going to tell you to sit down because he doesn't want you to get in any more trouble, which is what I thought, right? He was trying to protect you.
Right.
Right?
I don't want
to. But
to
then go
send you
handle
down.
it,
Right.
and he
Right.
didn't.
He didn't.
And I was a traitor.
I was floored that this guy called my mother.
I'm floored myself.
Yeah, and then, but now
Yeah.
he's dead. So.
Okay. Got what he deserved.
Let's see. John Rusiello, I never went to my high school reunion because it was upstate. Most of the guys were in prison. Kenny Freeberg, Tony, we found each other on Facebook. Love Facebook for finding old friends from high school. Well, all right, well, let's clarify. Ken Freeberg and I were not friends in high school. We didn't know. He grew up in Plainview, I believe, right, Ken? I'm Hicksville, but we did not know each other, but we met through Facebook, which is a nice thing with Facebook, too. Yeah, you get to meet a lot of people. Scott Mystery Man, Tony and Diane, I would vote for prom king and queen. I would like to take Diane.
Wow,
I'd like to
that's
take
very
Diane to the
nice.
prom with me. Would you? Can we go back to school? Just so we go to the prom
To the
together?
prom?
Yeah.
I'll go to prom.
Nice. I'll rent a limo. Ride out to the beach.
No, we can't do that.
Yes, we can.
No, we can't.
Sure
we cannot.
Forget it.
Damn, if you're going to pay for a limo, we're going to the beach.
Friender, I studied trash in school. I was going to be a garbologist. Scott, I miss high school and all the good locker room wedgies. I really miss that. Tony's favorite after-school sport was softball, according to his underwear. Yeah, I did play ball for a few years in school. When I was in school, says Friender, I always had an average of about 6.5 inches. What the hell? Scott, I went to a schoolhouse for my education. My favorite classmate was Laura Ingalls.
Meaning he's very, very, very old.
That's what I'm guessing?
Very old. Is that a clue?
That's what I'm wondering.
That might be a clue.
Scott, are you Rob Bartlett? I don't know why I thought of Rob Bartlett when I thought of old men. Brendan Burt. Edwin Diaz to L.A. Dodgers.
You know what? I have much bigger fish to fry where the Mets are concerned. In my head, that's just kind of down there on the totem pole. Because they really need to revamp that whole pitching staff. So that one guy was not,
Diaz, I mean, he had a good year this year, but I did feel like, all right, he's getting to that age where he's, going to start hitting the down slope.
Interesting that he went to the Dodgers, though.
Yeah, I am surprised about that, too. But, yeah, bigger fish to fry. Pete is talking to Boston and Baltimore today.
I know. He really wants to stay, though.
Mets, you better get on that.
They better, because they're going to be, I'm going to be, this is going to be a problem.
Yes. And they announced
And I think he knows it. I think he knows that he's got the fans, and that's a big deal. It's important.
Yes. But the Mets did wrong by him. The Mets did wrong by him last year. They should have gave him a big contract last year.
I agree.
You're not Scott, are you?
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just got a visual. When you talk about certain things that you've done in your past and what would be a good idea and stuff, I just got a visual. And when you said it would be a great idea to take Diane to the prom.
Don't take this away from me.
I was just going to say you should be the chaperone, but go ahead.
All right, well,
if he chaperones, he'll be a cock block.
I just visualized you in a tuxedo, with a bow tie, Diane in a beautiful dress, and you say to her, "Gee, I forgot the corsage," because you forget everything. You forget the bacon. I mean, this is Diane you're talking about.
I wish I forgot to answer the phone just now.
Well, of course, because you don't like to get criticized. All right? See, I take constructive criticism very seriously. And if you don't like to get criticized, then you don't like to get criticized. All right? See, I take constructive criticism very seriously. And if you don't like to get criticized, then you don't like to get criticized. All right? See, I take constructive criticism very seriously. And if you don't like to get criticized, then you don't like to get criticized. All right? See, I take constructive criticism very seriously. And if you don't like to get criticized, then you don't like to get criticized. All right? See, I take constructive criticism very seriously. And if you don't like to get criticized, then you don't like to get criticized. All right? See, I take constructive criticism very seriously. And if you don't like to get criticized, then you don't like to get criticized. All right? See, I take constructive criticism very seriously. And if you don't like to get criticized, then you don't like to get criticized. All right? See, I take constructive criticism very seriously. And if you don't like to get criticized, then you don't like to get criticized. All right? See, I take constructive criticism very seriously. And if like a man. You get very upset. All right, but I had to say this because that came right to my head. All right, this nice, beautiful white limousine in front of Diane's house, and you said, "Oh shit, I forgot the corsage."
And I would have went back home to go get it.
No, well, you can't prove that with me because you had ample time when Diane was not in the studio to put on some what's that English fella, that nice guy's music, Elio Pace music, and go across the street, or even better, call up and get it delivered for Diane. You don't take care of your
Next week
friend.
is fine.
I will not forget the bacon next week.
I'm going to be here
But
early.
next week is irrelative. It's like yesterday's newspaper. You promised her that you were going to bring bacon to today's show, and you failed. So now, okay, I'll make it up to you. I'll bring it the next week. It's yesterday's newspaper.
I'll tell you what I won't forget.
You, Diane.
I'll tell you what I won't forget. This moment, the next time you screw something up.
I screw things up all the time.
And I hope to be there for that because I owe you one after this phone call.
If you remember, I'll even refresh your memory. I screwed up the joke yesterday. That was a great joke.
Well, it was, but not yesterday. It wasn't.
No, I screwed it up, but thank God my friend Jeff, corrected me, and you didn't. You got very upset. Oh, you Bill Jones.
Of course I'm upset. I'm running a professional show here, and I can't have people messing up jokes for the audience.
What did you say?
You heard me.
What did you say? Hold on. Go ahead.
Guys, do you need me to give John a dead leg?
Yes!
No! No. Tony loves being picked on.
Look at Tony. Look, he's waiting for it. Are you ready?
Ready.
I don't know if you can hear this in the studio.
No, don't.
No!
So yeah, she hit me. So listen, you run a professional show. It was very professional last night with the snake dildo.
and you loved it. You thought it was hilarious.
Oh, it was
the vibrating snake dildo. The vibrating anal snake dildo.
Oh my God!
Yes.
What kind of shows do you run here at night?
It was wonderful.
It was wonderful.
It was a typical knock 'em dead comedy.
What
saga.
show was it?
It's not my show. It's just Kathy and Laura. That's the name of the show. Just Kathy and Laura.
You produce the show.
I produce it, but I don't write it. I don't run it. I had no idea that was happening. I'm in the dark with the audience. I saw everything for the first time along with you guys, which is why you probably heard me laughing in the background.
Oh yes, yeah. Now that I hear you laugh in the background, I hear. Well, I said enough. Goodbye. I love you guys.
Bye. Love you.
All right. Talk to you later.
Suck it, Nick. Yeah, just Laura and Kathy. Yeah, they brought in a vibrating anal
Wow.
dildo.
That's just crazy.
Thank you, Diane, for taking care of the leg for him.
Dawn?
Dawn, what did I say?
Diane.
Jeez, sorry. I had Dawn in my head.
It's the same.
They're both wonderful ladies.
Thank you.
All right. So, yeah, hopefully they get Pete signed. Damn it. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk to you, too. We have things to do, but Jeff Kent elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Don't even know who that is.
Oh, you remember Jeff Kent? He was a Met.
No.
But then he went on to San Francisco where he had his best years. But, yeah, he's been elected to go into the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Wow.
He was known to be not a nice man.
There must have been some criteria that
he had good numbers.
So, okay.
He did, but he was...
numbers matter.
But he didn't have those numbers with the Mets. And then he was like a known jerk. Like people knew him to be... Like everybody knew this guy was a real jerk. I don't know. I don't like it. I'm mad about it. Jeff Kent. Give me a break. What? Scott says he would never give a BJ for a passing grade in class. No, I wouldn't either. A slice of pizza, that's a different story, he says. And I graduated and got my diploma. Not once has anyone asked for it.
Ever.
Yep.
I agree with that. I wouldn't even be again.
Yep.
I'm sure my mom has it somewhere, but I have no use for it whatsoever.
And she said she's had a lot of good jobs and has never been asked for it. Scott, lots of people have adult ADHD. You don't really grow out of it. No, I know that. But that was just one of the stereotypes or stigmas back 20-something years ago when my son was diagnosed. You just cope better with skills and strategies. Yes, it definitely gets better as you get older, but yeah, but it was still a fairly new thing when my son was diagnosed. We just didn't handle it right. I admire that Tony doesn't wear a hat. Kaplan needs to be more bold in his boldness. That came from Scott.
Bold in his baldness.
Scott, you're not Mike Kaplan, are you? Fremder, I don't have adult ADHD. Wait, what was the topic? Why would anyone ever trust Google? If you tell it you have a headache, it tells you to go to the hospital, you're dying. Google spies on everything. Good, now they know my masturbation schedule. Bean saw your beanie. I guess he was keeping an eye on your head. Oh, my goodness. That was all Fremder. All right, Scott. 40 years ago, we would all be watching soap operas at this time of day. I think we're all here for a little drama. I think there's a 2% chance they kiss by the end of the show, a peck at least. Ooh, all right. Sounds
2%?
good to me. 2%. 2% chance.
It's a much bigger chance than that.
Yeah, it is. Now it's even bigger. She does. She gives me a kiss hello and goodbye.
I do, every
Although, you came in during the show, so I did not get a kiss hello.
Oh, God. There you go.
Take that, John.
Yeah. Blah, blah.
Bean was a scumbag. His tires would have been slashed if he worked at my school. That was from Romeo. Kyle Schwarber has re-signed with Philly. I did not know that. Last I heard, he was Pittsburgh offered him a big deal. But all right, so he's back in Philly. Good for them. Don Mattingly denied the Hall of Fame, says Kenny Freeberg. Keith Hernandez should be in too. Yes, absolutely. They both should be.
Speaking of Keith Hernandez, was that a photo you put up on Facebook? Was that a current photo? When did that happen?
This photo was this past Saturday.
Wow, that is so cool.
It sure was.
That is so cool.
Mookie Wilson,
Tony Walker.
Mookie Wilson and Gary Carter are the only two Mets players that I loved before Keith Hernandez.
Wow.
So this was and then on top of it, as a guy who does a show like this, I really appreciate what these guys do in the booth. I was a huge McCarver and Ralph Kiner fan, but I do feel these three are the best ever.
Mm-hmm.
So Coaches Collectibles that hosted the event, they're one of Peter Schwartz's sponsors.
Oh, wow.
So they were hosting this event, and I said, I got to get on this. So this was at Mulcahy's. This past Saturday morning.
How cool.
It was awesome. So I told the story yesterday, but I'll tell you, so I'm waiting online. The line was outside. Ron Darling shows up. He seems like the coolest guy. No entourage.
I've met Ron Darling before.
No, I remember you telling me that.
At Newman's Ford a million years ago when he was playing.
Oh, okay. But no entourage, no driver. He just drives in his truck. He parks it, and he's walking on the sidewalk as we're all in line. He's just walking by himself, looking around. People start realizing it's him. They're saying hi. He's saying, hey, guys, saying hi back. He just goes in. But Keith Hernandez was the friendliest of the three, which shocked me. I wouldn't have expected that. As soon as everybody went up to get their picture taken, he was the first one to put his hand out. Hi, how are you?
Oh, wow, that's great.
I was very surprised. So they had lines, like a bank line,
Yeah.
And so when it came up, the line I was on, I was the first one on, and they weren't moving people, walking them up. They were just doing that first row goes. Okay, and then they would have the guy walk over. Okay, now this row. So we got to stay where they were. They set up for these pictures 5 feet in front of me. I mean, literally directly in front of me. So I got to watch everything. I got to hear things.
How cool.
But what I didn't get to hear, so if you look at the photo, Ron Darling looks miserable. He looks miserable.
Okay.
So the guy...
I didn't really notice that, but...
The guy in front of me goes up, takes his picture, turns to Ron Darling, whispers something in his ear. I have no idea what he said. But Ron looks... I'm telling you, again, I told the story...
Changed his entire demeanor?
Completely. He was all cheerful. He's talkative. And this guy says something in his ear, and
And something happened.
And he does, literally, he's kind of going like this. Then he looks at the guy and goes, and you can tell from the guy, like, he was playing like innocent. And he goes, what? But you could tell he was debating. So Ron just looked at him and shook his head. And it turned away, and the guy walks away with a big smile on his face. And I'm like, son of a bitch, because I'm next.
Yeah.
Like, mother. So I went to Ron first, and I said, happy holidays, Ron. Thank you, happy holidays to you. And I said it to Gary and Keith. But no, it didn't. Like, I didn't know what to say. Like, I didn't know.
Because you didn't know what it was.
Right, but I wanted to, like, what can I do to bring this guy back?
Well, you had no idea what you had to overcome.
So we took that picture. Yeah, he looked
still
miserable.
A great picture.
Still a great
exciting.
picture. And then I turned to Keith Hernandez and showed him this.
Oh my God!
That is from
cool.
1999. I actually got to have dinner with Keith Hernandez back in 1999.
That is very cool.
And what I also don't remember is what we were talking about in this picture, because you could see, like, Keith Hernandez is not a big smiling guy, and we're laughing in this picture. We're literally laughing, and it's to this day it's been killing me all these years what we were laughing about. But
That's so great.
But I showed him the picture. He looks at it and he goes, "Wow!" He goes, "You were a lot younger." I was like, "What?"
That's funny though.
But it's definitely
That's
funny.
Great.
But I turned to him. I go, "What? And you weren't?" And he didn't. He laughed. And
That's great.
And then I walked away. So it was very quick. But
cool.
It was cool to meet those guys. It was really cool. Those guys they're probably, a lot. Well, Keith and Ron, obviously, but even Gary, probably more popular than a lot of players that have played for the Mets.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been doing Met games since, I think, 88 or 89 he came in. So he's been there a long time, and he's a class act, a great announcer. Yeah, that was a really cool thing. That was really a lot of fun.
I was very excited to see that. I was like, that is so cool. And I rarely go on Facebook. I don't.
Oh, is that right?
I honestly, I've only been on this week. I have a friend, and not to bring anything down, but she's not well, and so I'm just checking in to see how she's doing. Not more an acquaintance. I've only met her a couple times, but I through Facebook, I've kind of followed. She's had cancer for years and years and years and years, and I get the feeling that things are not going well, and I haven't seen any updates from her or her husband in weeks now, and so I'm thinking where we would typically see regular updates,
right.
And so that's why I'm checking, right? Yeah. And you were the first thing that popped up, which just kind of shows how popular you are within my circle of people that I follow.
Take that! Romeo.
No, and I was happy to see it.
You know what that means? Romeo is running to his computer right now to start a Facebook account. That's what that means.
He can text me anytime.
Can I text you anytime?
Of course you could text me.
Probably get in trouble. All right. So, yes, Hernandez should be in the Hall of Fame. And, yes, Mattingly should be, too. And Mattingly should be in a Yankees uniform this year, too, by the way. John as a chaperone sounds like a one-leg double-date third wheel. Yes, that is correct. And missed Laura and Kathy last night. I will watch a replay later. Yeah, it was funny, especially towards like the last half when they always pull out different things and look at them and try them on, all that weird shit. Yeah, it was zany last night. Anal snake dildo. Was that recommended by Laura's doctor?
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah, John says it was funny telling Ann to go back and watch. Have parent-teacher conferences at noon. Great show, guys. Oh! I thought he was going back to talking about school. Oh, so Brendan's going to okay. Good luck. Hope everything's good. Managed to be the biggest asshole in the room, even when Barry Bond was there. Oh, you're talking about Jeff Kent. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. And almost forgot. Andrea, flight attendant, called me last night. She was in L.A., and I threw out my back and could not go to see her. She says hi and misses us.
Aww.
Okay, thanks, Ann.
What does it say? I can see.
Yeah,
it is,
but it was a private text. That's why I wasn't reading it. But
okay.
Kenny Freeberg. Everybody loves Raymond. Meet the Mets episode. Oh, yeah. They had like 69 Mets on there. I vaguely remember that. Fremder, when Kaplan gets on a phone, they make him check the bags under his eyes. Oh, when gets on a plane, excuse me. When Kaplan gets on a plane, they make him check the bags
You
under his
guys need
eyes.
to stop picking on him.
You guys, I'm not picking on him.
You do pick on him a lot, though.
But to his face, joking around with him.
I'm not. I'm just saying, you pick on him.
He's pickable. Kenny Freeberg, even as a Yankee fan, they are the best booth in baseball. That's right. Michael Kay sucks. And I'm not saying that because he's Yankees.
That wasn't nice. He was
is
giving
awful.
a compliment to your guys, and you had
And no, fine. Everybody else on the Yankees. I used to love Ken Singleton as a Mets announcer. I was a huge Phil Rizzuto fan, Frank Messer. But no, I'm sorry. I like David Cohn. I like Al Leiter. I love Paul O'Neill. Michael Kay is the worst.
Really?
Ever. And then he just a year ago, he's crying because on his radio show there was a commercial for Gary, Keith, and Ron. Why are we promoting the other booth in baseball when I'm the Yankee guy? Like, shut up.
Shut up.
Exactly.
Yeah, smack 'em.
Shut up. Yeah. See?
All right, but
I like to make sure Facebook is covered in tweet. Okay, from all right. So, which actually is a nice segue to one thing I just wanted to mention real quick, and then we'll start the other stuff. You familiar with the band Garbage?
no.
Oh, you might know a couple of their songs if you heard it. They were big in the 90s. They were big in the 90s, and is it their guitar player or their drummer? I think their drummer Butch. I forget his last name. He produced Nirvana's big album. He produced a lot of people, but they've been around since the 90s. This weekend they were performing at the Good Times Festival in Melbourne, Australia. Their lead singer is this girl Shirley Manson. That doesn't help you either. Okay.
No, I have no idea who it is.
She's up there singing, and she noticed a beach ball bouncing around the crowd.
Uh-huh.
She all of a sudden stops singing and she yells, "Big guy with your fucking beach ball, what a fucking douchebag. You're a fucking middle-aged man in a fucking ridiculous hat and you're a fucking fuckface. I want to ask literally the people to fucking punch you in the fucking face, but you know what? I'm a lady, so I won't."
What?
That's what she said.
She's no lady.
She then went on social media. "I make no apologies whatsoever for getting annoyed at beach balls at shows," because somebody posted the video and it went viral. So she said that on social media. "I joined a band because I hated the fucking beach. I joined a band because I wanted to listen to Susie and the Banshees." You remember that band?
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Yeah, they were around in the 80s. "And I also listened to The Cure, and I wanted to be dark and beautiful like them. I love the musical community, and I want to respect their artistry. I am so tired of folks making music for free, taking music for free, and treating us all like circus performers."
Sounds like she's got issues much deeper than
Exactly.
how about we be grateful that you're on a stage and people actually want to hear you
Exactly.
sing.
My thoughts exactly.
Yeah.
Then she went to see the band. You know the band Tool?
Yes.
She went to go see them, and she tweets, "Not a beach ball in sight."
I've been to several concerts where there are beach balls.
It's
bouncing
fun.
around. It is so freaking fun.
Absolutely. It's total fun.
So
it doesn't get in the way
fuck
of
you.
anything. Up yours, Shirley Manson.
Right.
You're a dick.
You're a dick.
She said she will not apologize. But then, sure enough, she posted later, "If I upset you about your blessed beach balls, I humbly apologize." But she's still a dick, because then she says, "However, I would really like it if the governments of the day apologize for what the fuck is happening in Palestine." Like,
Well, what's one got to do with the other?
Exactly.
Listen, I agree, but I don't
so,
understand.
yeah, but nice job, like, using what's going on in Palestine to take away from what you did.
And who's paying attention to her anyway? She's
true.
obviously got no...
So Shirley
anywhere.
Manson is a dick. I like the band, and I thought she was good looking in her day, but yeah, I was like, this woman is a dick. Like you said, be grateful you get to go up there.
I agree.
And do that.
I agree.
No, we're not treating you like a circus. I don't know. I thought it was dicky.
Yeah.
So, all right. All right, so I'm going hard and then getting easy, but
Okay, so you make me feel good about myself at the end.
Maybe.
I like the plan. Go ahead.
But I do think, I personally think they're all hard. I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
You will not get this one. If you do, I'll be very impressed.
Brad Pitt.
Not Brad Pitt. For once. It does seem like I had him on here every week.
I don't know. Although he does look familiar.
That, my dear, that is Bob Hope.
Oh, I would have never gotten that.
I don't think you'll get this one either.
Wow.
Who's that?
Huh.
You can kind of see it once you know who it is. Kind of.
So just funny, reminds me of my grandson a little bit.
Oh, yeah, all right. I can see that, actually.
I don't know, but it's so cute.
That is Sean Cassidy.
I would have never gotten that, but so cute. How cute.
This one makes me laugh. Look at the look on her face. It cracks me up. She looks like horrified. She grew up to be one of the most beautiful women ever. Famous for a skimpy outfit that she wore in a movie. Once married to Paul Simon. No, that didn't help?
No. No.
That is Carrie Fisher.
Oh, you think Carrie Fisher was one of the most beautiful women ever?
Oh, yes.
Really?
And I don't know a single guy who disagrees with me.
That's fine.
Well, you don't think so?
No, I think she's beautiful. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say she's one of the most beautiful women ever.
Ever.
Okay, good.
Especially wearing that outfit from Return of the Jedi.
Good for you.
Whoa. Okay. All right. Well, another beautiful woman.
That's cute. That's a cute baby picture up there. This is an even cuter baby picture. Holy cow.
Men and women. Nobody disputes how beautiful this woman was in her day.
Was?
Was. Oh, yeah. She's long gone. Long gone. Did I say long gone? She's
gone.
long gone.
Long gone. I don't know. I was just looking at a photo of Donna Reed this morning for some reason, and I think she was probably the most beautiful I've ever seen.
Donna Reed?
Donna Reed.
Really?
It's a Wonderful Life. They pan pick those close-ups to her face, and I just go,
Really?
I really have that reaction to anybody, but to her, I don't,
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is not Donna Reed.
Okay.
This is Marilyn Monroe.
Oh.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now this.
She was okay.
Okay. Well, she's no Donna Reed, apparently.
She's no Donna Reed. Not even close. If you ask me.
Now, this next picture, if you look at the expression on his face, it kind of almost makes sense on who this is.
Muhammad Ali.
Oh, nice.
That was easy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's Muhammad Ali.
Like instant for me.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you the Don Sill Muhammad Ali story?
No.
All right, we're going to pause this for a second because it's such a great story. And I've told it here before. Don, I hope you don't mind, but it's such a great story. So he had to go.
That looks exactly
Yeah.
like Muhammad Ali.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
they
totally.
popped his face right on a baby. That's so cute.
And even at that age, he has that
yes,
same expression.
that
his
same
whole life.
expression. That's exactly right.
So Don Sill had to go somewhere. I don't remember where he was going. But it's something he couldn't get out of. But he was upset because at Hofstra, Muhammad Ali was doing a signing.
Mm-hmm.
So he went to wherever he had to go. I think it was even out of state or in the city. He had to travel a little bit. But he was coming back, and he's traveling, and he's in Nassau County. He's like, screw it. Let's go to him and his brother. And he goes, let's go to Hofstra. Let's see if we can get in. It's late, but let's see.
Mm-hmm.
They pull him to the parking lot. They just start walking. It's 3:55, and the whole thing ends at 4.
Wow.
They're walking. There's a security guard standing by a back door. And he says to them, you guys hear from, he goes, you guys are really late. You might not get in. And we're like, yeah, we know, but we're going to try anyway. So the guy goes, come this way. He brings him in the back door. They go through this instead of going like they, to
All
go
the way
around.
around. Yeah.
This corridor was like 3/4 less time.
Wow.
So they come out of this corridor, and it literally was the back. So they come out from like behind the table where all the whatever celebrities were there. So he comes from behind Muhammad Ali. So the way he explains it, people must have thought that they were
Somebody important.
part of this whole
Right.
thing. So nobody stopped him. Nobody said anything. And Muhammad Ali already had, what was it, Alzheimer's? Is that why he couldn't speak anymore?
Parkinson's.
Parkinson's, sorry. So he couldn't say anything.
Oh, okay.
So they get, I don't even think they got the autograph, but the thing was over. Muhammad Ali gets up. Now the entourage and all that, they're starting to like come around. And nobody's telling Don and his brother to move. So they're just staying there. And Don says he doesn't know what came over his brother. Don or his brother? I think it was Don, actually. Reaches up and starts rubbing Muhammad Ali's shoulders.
Oh my God, that's so creepy weird.
Well, he was like, he goes, I don't know what came over me. He goes, I don't know why I did that. He goes, but I just started doing it. He goes, and then his brother grabbed Muhammad Ali's hands and started rubbing his hands. Oh, wow. These are the hands of a champion. These are the historic hands. And he's rubbing. So that it's time to go. So they go through this corridor again. Don is rubbing his shoulders all the way through.
As he's walking out.
As he's walking out. You're the champ. You're number one. You're the best. The whole way.
That's so cool.
They go outside. Nobody is saying a word to these two. The car limo, whatever it was, comes up. Don is literally rubbing his shoulders until they open the door. Don says to this day he believes if he could have gotten in the car with him, nobody would have said a word. Meanwhile, poor Muhammad Ali is probably thinking, who the hell are these people?
Who's touching me?
But he couldn't say anything.
Oh my God.
So
that's a great story.
But Don, he said they stopped and they let him go in the car. But
yeah,
he's convinced that he could have.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I love that story.
That's a great story.
All right, where are we here? All right, so this is our next baby picture. I will zoom in on the baby. It kind of, to me, it looks, you can see it. I'll give you a second, then I'll give you a clue. What's that?
Jamie Foxx?
It is not Jamie Foxx.
Okay.
If I said to you, motherfucker.
Samuel L. Jackson.
That is Samuel L.
Can I just say, I watched Django last night.
I love that movie.
I was going to say that first.
Yep.
So my daughter's been spending a lot of time. She moved closer. She's in Lindenhurst, so she's real close by. So pretty much every single night she comes and has dinner with us and watch. So we're watching movies that we watch all the time that she's never seen. And Django came on. And we weren't even looking for it. It just happened to come on. And it came on at the very beginning.
Nice.
She loved it. I love Christoph Waltz. I think he's amazing. And
Yes,
I told her next to Inglourious Bastards, that's my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie. And
I might agree with
that. But
that.
I almost said Samuel L. Jackson, but I saw the other guy, Jamie Foxx, and he was on last night too. So I had both of them.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, they're both in it.
All right, this one you might know. You might know this one. We got to move this along here. It's getting late. We got to do trivia. Peter's on at 1 o'clock. Peter's got in the studio.
Well, that's really old.
That is really old. But if you look at the eyes, I think you'll be able to see it. Throw a mustache on him.
And you know what? The eyes strike me as familiar in some way, but I don't know.
That's Albert Einstein.
Oh.
Yeah, to me, the eyes, he looks exactly the same.
Yeah, I mean, but...
Peter Schwartz at 1 o'clock. He's got Islanders legend Benoit Hogue.
Oh, that's
that's easy,
is
right?
Vanessa Williams.
It sure is.
The I mean, the eyes.
Yes.
Instantaneous.
Yep. And then this is our last one. It kind of looks the same. Think another. We just had a beautiful woman. Just think of another one. More current.
Salma Hayek?
No. More current than that.
I don't know.
All right. I'll show you.
Oh, okay.
Selena
I wouldn't
Gomez.
I wouldn't have gotten that.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I thought it
But
was...
no, it does look like her.
It does.
My head wasn't going there. Oh, that was too current for me. I'm old.
All right. Name the two members of Wham.
George Michael and oh my God, I just saw this. I can't think of his name right now.
You just saw what?
I saw something with them on it.
That documentary was pretty good.
Yeah.
You got one so
I can't
far.
think of it.
Right.
Keep going because I know we're pressed for time.
The wedding of the century. Who got married?
Luke and Laura.
Wedding of the century. Okay. Who was the first woman inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
The first woman?
First woman inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Can you give me a year? A roundabout?
Oh, boy. Probably late 80s. Well, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame didn't start until, I think, 85.
Oh, is that true? Okay, see, I didn't know that.
But she got famous in the 60s and stayed famous until she died maybe not that long ago, maybe in the past 5 years, give or take.
Well, I was going to say Tina Turner but that's probably wrong.
You're not far off.
Aretha Franklin. She's not rock and roll. She's soul.
Well, true.
Yeah.
Number 5.
Oh.
That was number 3. Okay.
Hi, I'm on a podcast. I will. 5 minutes. Bye.
Was that Anthony?
No, my son.
Oh, well, everything's good?
He didn't say, wait. He said, okay.
He didn't say what?
Woo, wait. He said, okay. Call you back.
All right.
Call me back.
You remember the TV show Family Matters?
I do.
That show was a spin-off from what show?
Oh, that's a very good question.
Well, thanks. I bet you'll have a really good answer.
I'm gonna say Full House.
All right.
Because I think they're both San Francisco.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Number 6. Hawaii is comprised of how many islands?
I think it's 5, but it's a guess, but I think it's 5.
What is the only number that has the same number of letters, when you spell it out, same number of letters as its meaning? The only number, when you spell it out, has the same number of letters as its meaning.
Hi. 4.
4. Number 8. I asked my wife if I was the only one she had been with. What was her response?
This is a joke, right? I have no idea.
I asked my wife if I was the only one she'd been with. What was her response? All right. Number 9. Give me the definition of the word skidoo.
23 skidoo. I don't know the answer.
It's a verb.
I mean, I guess to move, to run, to skedaddle, to leave.
Okay. Question number 10. The medical term.
Wow, we went through 10 already?
Yeah. I'm
God.
speeding through this. Dyspareunia. Dyspareunia. Dyspareunia.
Okay.
Dyspareunia.
Okay.
Give me the definition.
What does it mean? No idea.
It's a medical term. No idea?
No.
All right. If you think of some of these answers, you let me know. Let's see. All right. All right. So, okay. Nobody answered the first one that I see here anyway. The 2 members of Wham were George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley.
Andrew.
Yep.
I couldn't.
Nobody knows that guy.
No, but I just saw something with him recently, and
The wedding of the century. Who got married?
Luke and Laura.
That is incorrect.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
It is.
No.
Prince Charles and Lady Di.
No, that's
yes.
the real wedding. But that wasn't the wedding of the century.
That was the wedding of the
Luke and Laura
century.
was the wedding of the century.
I don't see anybody answered that one either.
Because they all thought I was right. Charles and Diana. I mean, yes, that was great. I loved it. I was up in the middle of the night.
Right,
and
everybody did.
Just
Yep.
but Luke and Laura.
No. Didn't he rape her first, and then they got married?
Yes,
What
it's a
the
soap
fuck
opera.
is going on?
It's a soap opera.
Who's the first woman inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Ann says Grace Slick.
Oh, that's a good answer.
You said Tina, but then you changed to Aretha?
No, I said Aretha Soul.
So you're not changing your answer?
No, it was
So
Tina.
you're sticking with Tina?
Tina was my answer.
John Rusciello says Aretha. John Rusciello would be correct.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, so I thought you were changing your answer.
No, but I thought it wasn't Aretha because she was soul and not rock and roll, and
Well, hey, isn't Run DMC in there? I mean, it doesn't.
Right, I understand now.
Family Matters was a spinoff from what show? You said Full House. What? Femda says Gray's Dick. What? I don't know what? John Rusciello got it right, which I am shocked. Perfect Strangers.
Oh, Balki Bar Takamus.
Very nice.
Yes, Balki. I love that.
Balki.
I thought he was hilarious.
They were funny.
Hilarious.
They were funny, yes. Oh, did I skip a question? I did. I skipped a question. So how did I end up with...
I was wondering how we got to 10. Okay, so go ahead. Give us the other one.
So how did I...
Come on, you have a minute.
All right, okay. What farm animal can get sunburn?
What farm animal can get sunburn? I'm going to say a pig.
A pig would be correct.
Okay.
Very nice. Hawaii is comprised of how many islands? You said...
I said 5, but it was just a guess.
John Rusciello also said 5. That's incorrect. It's 8.
Oh, cool.
What is the only number that has the same number of letters as its meaning? You said
4.
So did John Rusciello, and that would be correct. I asked my wife if I was the only one she had been with. What was her response? I don't think anybody answered that one. No, nobody answered that one. So I asked my wife if I was the only one she had been with. She said yes. All the rest had been 9s and 10s.
The only one. That's good.
I like that one. The meaning of the word skidoo. From this says, that's why I need extra socks. Stop it. I thought somebody had it here. John Rusciello says to take a trip. You said to leave. Yeah, so you both, that's what I have, to leave. To run away, to get out, to leave. Mm-hmm. So there you go.
Skedaddle.
Nice. Skedaddle. The medical term for dyspareunia. I'm not reading that one. I'm not reading that one either. Actually, but he's right. All right, I'll read it then. Fremda writes, it means that you can't take a load.
Constipated. Constipation?
No, you can't take a load. Like,
yeah,
can't receive a load. But that is the meaning, painful intercourse. So he was kind of right.
All right.
Nearly 3 out of 4 women have pain during intercourse at some time during their lives. Approximately 20%, or 1 out of 5 women, experience persisting sexual pain.
That's unfortunate.
It sure is. Just have it more, because maybe it'll, help things out.
You're spoken like a true man.
That's right. Well, because I get the 2%. Go ahead, John. Yell at her now. I did that to start the show. I was clearing my throat. He actually called up. He called up and said, "Oh, yes," because Mike Kaplan makes this weird noise, like he's swallowing snots or something. I don't know what. And we called him out on it last week. It's something like that. So John,
I don't know.
He called up and said, "You sound like Kaplan." Then he hung up. You son of a bitch. So yeah. All right. Singing anywhere this week?
No.
Anything? Nothing to promote?
No, I got nothing going on for a while.
Didn't you just do something?
Another week and my kids are coming.
Oh,
and I'm so excited.
Right. Yeah, I bet I would be too. Peter Schwartz, wedding of the century was Wayne Gretzky and Janet Jones. Oh, wow. Peter, stop it. Stop it. I'll let you get away with that because you're bringing Benoit Hogue into the studio today, but That's not even close. Janet Jones and Gretzky. Nobody knows who Janet Jones is.
Yes, we do.
Do they?
Yes. Yes.
Wasn't she in like one movie or something? Like,
I don't know. She was famous for whatever
for
reason.
5 minutes for becoming Mrs. Gretzky. All right, we got to get out of here. Peter's on in a half hour. Benoit Hogue, Islander legend, will be in the studio.
Wow.
Yes,
look at you.
that is very
How
cool.
Exciting.
I mentioned it to John Truson, who's a comedian that works here at Governors. He teaches the comedy class here at Governors. He's been around since, I think, the 80s. He's been doing comedy for a long time. He's a great dude. He plays hockey. So I saw him this morning. I said, Benoit Hogue's going to be in the studio. He goes, I'm leaving in 5 minutes. He goes, I might come back. I was like, yeah, you should. So, that's going to be fun. Peter Schwartz at 1 o'clock. At 7 o'clock tonight, Chris Roach, Joe Pomerico, and Christine James Walker, The Psychology of Fuckery. And then Hershey and the Keegs tonight at 9. Coffee with the Dog tomorrow morning at 9.
Coffee with the dog.
Coffee with the Dog.
Coffee with the dog.
And then I'll be back here with Michael tomorrow morning at 11. And then Circling the Drain tomorrow night at 7. Thank you, guys. Thank you, as always. KnockEmDeadComedy.com. Don't forget, we're doing a murder mystery this weekend at McGuire's. It's a mob-themed holiday show. It's hilarious, audience interactive comedy show. Please join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. govs.com, govs.com to make your reservations. And some of the comedians you'll see on a Governor's stage this weekend. Eric D'Alessandro is playing here this weekend. Eric Tartaglioni's in the Giggle Room. Kevin Dombrowski is at the Brokerage. So, lots of great stuff. But come to the murder mystery. Come to the murder mystery.
Come to the murder mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you as
what
always.
He said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peter Schwartz. What? Police Academy. What about it? See, what is he saying Police Academy for?
I don't know.
Oh, is that what she was in? She was in Police Academy?
Oh, probably.
Was she in A League of Their Own?
No,
Like,
Janet Jones?
Like, not even...
Oh, he's at the door.
Not even like a speaking role. You know what? Let's ask him. Let's see what he says. Stay on for a second. Peter Schwartz is knocking on the door. So we're going to yell at him.
He says, he knows who it is. He says people don't know.
I bet you most people do not know who that is.
I believe we all know who she is.
She single-handedly pissed off the entire country of Canada.
How did she do that?
Because she married Wayne Gretzky.
Because they were dating. He was still playing for Edmonton.
Okay.
And that orchestrated the whole trade. Are we still on the air?
We are still on the air.
Yes.
Because we wanted to yell at you about this. Was she in A League of Their Own?
No, she was in one of the
Police Academy.
Right. No, we saw that, but
yeah,
she didn't have like a non-speaking.
I couldn't tell you another role she had.
My point exactly.
But everyone knew
she's known as Mrs. Gretzky.
Okay, but people knew
I
who
would
she
not
was.
have known her as Mrs.
But
It was a huge deal when they got married. A huge deal.
Huge.
Tell him the wedding of the century.
No, Luke and Laura was the wedding.
Luke and Laura, you're both ridiculous.
Who's Luke and Laura?
General Hospital.
Oh, I don't watch General Hospital.
Well, I don't either, but in the 80s, every teenage girl watched
No,
General
I watched
Hospital.
Dallas.
Who shot JR?
Who shot JR?
Yeah, that was.
I was on an airplane when that episode aired.
Oh, really?
And the pilot announced it.
Oh, you mean the episode when you find out who it was?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because we were on an airplane.
I think to this day, wasn't it?
Get Peter on the screen.
I don't think the MASH finale was the most watched
I think you're right
TV
about
show.
that. Yes.
But I think the Who Shot JR
Yes,
was right there.
right there.
It's top 5 if it's not number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
would
believe you're
think.
right about that.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Either way, though, Gretzky and Jones, no, we're out.
What would you say if I
Bye.
brought Wayne Gretzky in?
I would say
It's not happening, so okay.
I would ask if he could bring Janet with him. That's what I would ask. All right, we're out of here.
We're out of here.
This gentleman will be on in a half hour.
Oh.
But they're destroying the place
shit
first.
over. Oh my God. All right, hang up. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.